And on this Wednesday, June 24th, 2026 edition of Newsmakers, a California law designed to protect the privacy of students identifying as transgender remains on hold while a legal challenge moves through the courts. The law, passed in 2024, prevents schools from disclosing a student's gender identity to parents without the student's consent. Federal courts, including the U.S. Supreme Court, have allowed a temporary block on the law to remain in place, while questions about its constitutionality are considered. Supporters say the measure protects vulnerable students, while opponents argue parents should be informed about important matters involving their children. The Texas summer camp where 27 kids and counselors were killed in last year's historic flooding has filed for bankruptcy. Court papers show that Camp Mystic has debts exceeding $10 million, with assets totaling less than $500,000. The owners of the all-girls Christian retreat previously announced they would not be open this summer, while lawsuits and investigations play out. Catholic leaders in Sudan are condemning the killing of a priest as a symbol of the country's moral crisis amid its ongoing civil war. Church officials say Father Yohanna Al-Amin was shot and killed after armed men returned to his parish in South Kordofan following a dispute over medical supplies. One of the priest's guards was also killed, while another survived and reported the attack. Catholic leaders say the slaying reflects the suffering of civilians as fighting continues between Sudan's military and paramilitary forces. Church officials are calling for peace and greater international efforts to help end the conflict. A memorial honoring victims of religious persecution has been unveiled in Nigeria's Benue state. The monument commemorates 270 people killed in a massacre in Yelwada last year that was blamed on Islamic militants. The names of all the victims are engraved on the memorial, which was unveiled by missionaries from Equipping the Persecuted. Survivors and representatives of multiple faith communities attended the ceremony, which also included the distribution of aid to displaced residents. Correspondent Donna Warder reports on a new poll on what Americans think of the country's upcoming 250th anniversary.
70% of Republicans surveyed by the Associated Press and the Nork Center for Public Affairs Research say they're proud and excited, compared to 20% of Democrats. Some Americans say they feel conflicted or indifferent. That's mostly Democrats, about 40%, and about 30% of adults under 30. About 80% of adults in a new Gallup poll say the signers of the Declaration of Independence would be disappointed with how the country has turned out. But about 70% of all adults polled believe the U.S. has succeeded in achieving the ideals for which the country was founded. Donna Warder, Washington.
And that's Newsmakers for this Wednesday, June 24th, 2026 edition. I'm Keith Black.